Hey, welcome back to the next session. Well, in this one, I'm going to talk about the importance of creating extremely relevant landing pages which handle objections proactively and effectively. Okay, so let me start now. When you actually search for base CRM, so that's what that's what I did. So actually, I searched for base CRM, which is a customer relationship management software, and actually, well, the first result was definitely from the website itself, but the other two results were actually promising me better alternatives to the base CRM, right? Now, what you must notice is that for someone who actually goes and clicks here is actually someone who is quite aware of what base CRM is, and now is checking out other alternatives, right? So cheaper than base agile CRM, or it's an base CRM alternative, right? So now I clicked on both of these pages to on both of these links to actually find out how their landing pages are and how effectively they they handle a prospect's objections, or how effectively they handle a prospect who is trying to compare between the two CRMs and who's really trying to take a decision and is still pretty confused. So let me first critique the landing page of this one, which is the Agile CRM. Well, so this is what presented in front of me. So it goes feature rich, affordable, and the best base CRM alternative. Okay, and then so definitely the headline has been customized for people landing on this landing page from that search result, right? So it clearly it doesn't say it just doesn't talk about agile in the headline. It specifically mentions that this is the base CRM alternative, right? Then it goes on to show top 3 reasons for choosing agile. Now I must tell you that these 3 reasons are pretty fluffy. Okay, they are not they're not sort of decision enablers, and they're not very specific and very to the point. So something like all-in-one CRM, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, just by reading that headline, I'm really not sure what you mean by that. Then affordable, now that's a very subjective term, right? I mean, you're going to say it because I'm on your website, right? Then next generation, well, again, a very, very fluffy term. What's next generation? Seriously, I mean, are you an iPhone 6s Plus or something? I mean, what makes you next generation? Seriously, that's not. I mean, those 3 reasons are quite fluffy, and I don't think they're decision enablers really. As I move forward, I am encountered with 6 advanced features that you do not get with base CRM. Now that's quite killer. I mean, that's definitely something which I would term them as decision enablers, because, well, I'm here to decide which CRM to choose, right? And if you're going to tell me, well, these are the features that that Agile has and base doesn't, then it will definitely help me decide, correct? But overall, this page still underestimates the buyer's temperature. Well, he's hot. He's actually trying to study the competition proactively. He's really, he is actually looking for proper comparisons, so that, by the time he's at the end of the page, he's really made a decision about it. So I don't really see that thing happening. I don't really see sort of, the comparison happening. It's pretty like, just sign up, and the CTA is not very specific. A proper comparison is really not given, right? So I actually went and clicked on the next link, which was this one, the Bittrex 24, and I was happily impressed with the copy. Well, it's nothing like this in terms of design. This is pretty neat copy. It's got all these images, and it's visually quite appealing. But what I was encountered when I clicked on the Bittrex link was nothing of this sort. Still, it is far more convincing than this is. You know why? Well, because it uses the power of simple conversations. When I'm here, right, when I'm trying to do the comparison to shopping, I basically do not want to be encountered by a salesy or a pushy salesperson, a sleazeback, who's telling me, oh, these are the reasons why you should choose us. Oh, these are the advanced features that we have. Oh, we are next generation. I really don't want that, jargon-filled salesperson to tell me why he's better and the others are not. What I want is actually a simple conversation, and that's what Bittrex 24 actually really does pretty well. So look at how they really start this conversation. They say base CRM is a cloud enterprise CRM vendor founded in 2009. Base CRM comes with great user interface, but is priced aggressively. So, it's not really downplaying base CRM completely. Well, it starts off by talking about it because it knows that, you are coming from a path where, you were researching about base CRM. So that's how he starts off the conversation. Then, he goes on to say, but it is priced aggressively. The starter plan that doesn't have CRM essentials, like access rights management, document repository, or task automation costs $15 per user per month. And base CRM top-up plan is whooping $125 per user per month. Well, so it's not saying that, we are affordable. It is saying that base CRM is priced aggressively. And then it's not stopping at that. It is actually even telling me what their starter plan is, or, what I get with that starter plan, and how expensive that top plan is really. And, it's also giving me the price, which is $125 per user per month. Now that's specificity. So it's actually conducting a proper debate using stats and numbers, which makes this conversation, which makes this debate a lot more credible for me, right? Because I can always go and verify these numbers, but if you tell me I'm affordable, well, that's a very subjective statement, right? Another big disadvantage is that base CRM doesn't offer free plan, only 14 days, free trial period, or self-hosted options, meaning you cannot own base CRM and will have to pay forever if you want to use it. Well, do you see how effectively it is actually, discrediting the competition? It is actually handling objections of people, right? And, that's clearly bringing out the USP in a very distinct fashion, and, presenting it to the readers or to the prospects, right? And the fact that, it just doesn't stop at saying that you do not get a free plan with base CRM, but they also go one step further to explain what this really means for you. The fact that you can never own it and you'll have to pay it for your lifetime for it, right? If you're looking for a free base CRM alternative that has pretty much every feature currently available in base CRM except geolocation and lead scoring, now this is killer because, well, they are not. This copy is not from a sleazebag salesperson who is trying to just push on a product on you. He's subtly, he's even telling you what I lack, right? I don't have geolocation, I don't have lead scoring. So if you're looking for a cheaper, for a free base CRM alternative without these features, well, this is the place to be, right? And is available both on cloud or on-premise. Bittrex makes a great choice. So, and then it's sort of just leaving it on you. What it is subtly telling you is that you are the best judge, right? I'm not pushing it on you. Well, I'm telling you, well, it makes for a great choice. The decision is, of course, yours. And then what it beautifully does is that it actually gives you this comparison table, which is what was completely missing in the Agile CRM landing page, right? So it gives you, these are the features that, you can compare, sort of compare both of us against, and right, and you can see for yourself where we stand and where they really stand, right? And then that's how the list sort of goes on, and their call to action is actually start free, right? So I think that's a beautiful way of presenting your argument that is very credible, very strong, and very conversational. So full marks to Bittrex for taking this, taking a step in this direction to write something which is short yet so conversational. And despite all these visuals that this Agile has, clearly, they come out to be a salesperson that one doesn't like to interact with, whereas, they here are your trusted advisors telling you what they lack and what they have, and then finally leaving the decision on you by saying that it makes a great choice.